Imagine a world where towering beasts and nightmarish creatures roamed the earth, far more terrifying than we ever imagined. Our understanding of prehistoric life is often shaped by incomplete fossils and artistic interpretations, leading us to envision these ancient beings in a way that may be wildly inaccurate. What if the creatures we thought we knew were even more monstrous? Here are 10 prehistoric creatures that might have looked far scarier and more bizarre than we ever imagined. A shadowy shape is visible in the distance, just under the surface of the ocean. The shadow swims closer, revealing itself to be a shark, an incredibly massive shark. Weighing as much as 30 large great white sharks, the Megalodon is one frightening-looking fish. Luckily, it went extinct some 2.5 million years ago. Some people argue that megalodons could still be swimming in unseen parts of the ocean. A mass extinction known as the Great Dying took place 251.9 million years ago, wiping out more than 90% of Earth's species and leaving a lot of empty niches in its wake. Tanistropus was initially misdescribed as a dinosaur, but it was a proterosaur and lived in the Middle Triassic, just before the first dinosaurs. Just one look at Dimetrodon and your eyes are immediately drawn to the huge sail on its back, a feature shared by the iconic dinosaur Spinosaurus. Dimetrodon was a proto-mammal and had a few features that set it apart from dinosaurs, most of which were found in its skull. Behind its eyes it had a temporal fenestra, a small hole where lower jaw muscles attached to the skull. Cross a polar bear with a saber-toothed cat, and you'd get something resembling Inostrania. It was a proto-mammal, an ancient ancestor of today's modern mammals, like Dimetrodon, but looked very different, less like a reptile and more like a big cat. Inostrania had saber-shaped canines that could land killer blows on the necks of mega-herbivores such as Scutosaurus. As a proto-mammal, its jaws were packed with other kinds of teeth, too, but these weren't used for chewing. Instead, Inostrania used a puncture pull strategy, tearing away huge chunks of meat. A pack of two-legged creatures sprints across a desert about 70 million years ago. Velociraptor lived in what's now called the Gobi Desert in Mongolia. It's one of the few places on Earth that has nearly the same habitat now as it did during the time of the dinosaurs. Recent research on one of the species, Velociraptor mongoliensis, has found that Velociraptor was a feathered dinosaur. But it couldn't fly, its forelimbs were too short. If you stepped outside 20,000 years ago, you'd probably need a winter coat, even in summer. That's because Earth was experiencing an ice age, a time when sheets of ice covered large parts of North America, Europe, and Asia. Scientists aren't sure exactly why woolly mammoths went extinct. Some think that humans hunted too many of them, and others believe that they couldn't survive Earth's naturally warming climate. Or, it could have been a combination of both. Chicktalic Rosie, an extinct fish-like aquatic animal that lived about 380 to 385 million years ago. Fish aren't typically known for their ability to walk on land, but Chicktalic wasn't your typical fish. Scutosaurus is a genus of extinct reptiles that existed during the Permian period. It was a large reptile covered in plates of armor. This feature has earned it an alias of the shield lizard. Another distinctive feature of Scutosaurus is the position of its legs. Unlike most reptiles, the legs of the Scutosaurus were located under its body. The unique position of its legs supported the massive weight of this reptile. They have been dated to be about 264 million years old. More than 500 million years ago, the world's oceans were stalked by a soft-bodied predator that looked unlike anything alive today. This bizarre-looking animal was Anomalocaris, or unusual shrimp, and is widely regarded as the world's first apex predator, the killer whale of its day. Anomalocaris was the largest hunter of the Cambrian period, measuring up to a meter in length from its grasping, frontal appendages to the tips of its tail fans. The appendages are thought to have been used to catch and crush prey. Tees now believed Anomalocaris was a hunter that relied on speed, agility, and superior sight rather than strength. It probably targeted other fast, soft-bodied animals that lived in open water. Another sea monster that has made it into the movies is the Mosasaur, which was lurking beneath the surface of the sea some 98 to 66 million years before it appeared on screen in Jurassic World. Mosasaurs were shark-sized reptiles that could grow over 33 feet long, and being reptiles, they are usually imagined to look like large crocodilians with fins instead of legs and a long, lizard-like tail. This would potentially have allowed it to swim faster for longer and was something researchers had been pondering for several years before the evidence turned up.